Hey everyone, it's Dan here from Digital Pinnacle. This is the first episode in Digital Pinnacle's new series called Digital Desires, where we talk about what features, new or old, we would really like to see in upcoming games or movies. Each episode we will give you, our fantastic viewers, a chance to join in by asking you what things you would like to see in the specified game or movie. One of the features we discuss each week will be submitted by a viewer, and we will give that viewer a shout out in the video and across various social media pages. More about that later, but for now, let's get stuck into Mass Effect. Kicking off, firstly, I would like to see a wider range of playable species. In the main Mass Effect trilogy, you could only play as a human character. You have plenty of customization in what your character looked like and his or her abilities, but you had to be human. As we move into a totally new galaxy, I would definitely like to see the players be able to choose which race or species your character belongs to, much like how you can choose between human, elf, dwarf and Qunari in Dragon Age Inquisition. Another impressive title by BioWare. This is extremely unlikely, with strong rumours suggesting that your character will definitely be a human, but since nothing is 100% confirmed, I am still hoping that this will be a feature of the new game. My next desire for Mass Effect Andromeda is customisable spaceships. In the first three Mass Effect games, you command the Normandy, a top secret human spaceship with impressive features. In Andromeda, it will be great to see a system where you can design your own spaceship using parts collected throughout the game. Maybe you could even design your own layout for the interior of the ship. I'm aware that some players are not a massive fan of these kind of systems in games, so it would be great if this was an optional gameplay feature. So if you are a player who just wants to get stuck in the action, you should be free to do so. Sticking on similar lines, for my next wish, I would love to see the ability to fly your own spaceship. One of the great features of the original Mass Effect was the ability to explore uncharted planets in the Mako, which is believed to be a feature that will return for Mass Effect Andromeda. Since this new game takes place in a whole new galaxy, approximately 2.5 million light years away from the Milky Way, it will be great to see the feature have more depth, such as the player being able to fly his or her spaceship through uncharted star systems, with all sorts of dangers to avoid and interesting locations to discover. For my next desire, I have decided to group together any small combat and exploration gameplay features. It is quite a small one, but since we are now playing on new generation consoles since the last Mass Effect game, I would like to see a big update in average combat and exploration gameplay. For example, in the teaser trailer, we see an unnamed character use a jetpack to traverse an unknown planet. It would be great to see additional features such as this put into the game, to make both combat and exploration more fun, as it could get tedious sometimes in previous additions to the series. Finally, the top feature I would like to see in Mass Effect Andromeda is multiple new alien species. One of my favourite features of the original trilogy was being introduced to a game world where humans interacted with all sorts of alien species on a day-to-day basis, whether it is the alluring Asari, the genius Solarians, or of course the aggressive Turians. It is likely we will see a return of these species, since the game is believed to take place many years after the events of Mass Effect 3. It is quite plausible that these races have expanded their empires to whole new galaxies, which wouldn't be a problem. It would be great to see these species return. Humans have managed to get to that galaxy after all. But more importantly, I would love to see entirely new and unheard of alien species introduced into the game. I hope if BioWare do introduce a good amount of new alien races, that members of these species are allowed to be your companions. This way, you will get to uncover much more of their species' background through interesting conversations. As mentioned earlier, each episode we are giving our viewers the chance to decide one of the desires in the next episode. This week, our suggestion comes from our fellow YouTuber, GoingAllGamer, who suggested that the new character should have the ability to command his or her own space station. This would act similar to the Mother Base system in Metal Gear Solid. The player will be able to customise their space station, hire staff, defend it, and use it to launch story and side missions throughout the game. Thanks very much for your suggestion, GoingAllGamer. It is a great idea and is definitely something we would like to see in Mass Effect Andromeda. Be sure to check out his channel by clicking the link on the screen now. Okay everyone, that was the features we would most like to see in Mass Effect Andromeda. Thanks very much for any suggestions for this video. Next episode, Zach will be discussing what things we would most like to see in the currently unannounced but no doubt in production Elder Scrolls 6. Post your suggestions for what you would like to see in Elder Scrolls 6 in the comments below. We really hoped you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give us a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel for more gaming and film related videos. Thanks for watching,